Good morning and Happy New Year! It's time for another Mindful Play Monday Live, our first for the new year of 2026. And we are keeping with our winter theme after the holiday fun. And today we are making some positivity penguins. Thanks for joining us. Good morning. So for our positivity penguins, the only thing that you will need is some construction paper, some googly eyes, or you can also make the eyes out of construction paper as well. You'll need a glue stick, some scissors, and a pencil. So for your construction paper, since we're making penguins, you'll need black, orange, and white. Now, if you want to make a rainbow penguin, of course you could. If you wanted to make a purple or a green penguin, any color is fine. We're going to stick to traditional black and white for our penguins and orange for their beaks and their feet. You'll also need some googly eyes, or you can make those out of paper as well if you don't have any. And here is what they will look like when we're all done. So we're calling these positivity penguins because we are starting off the new year in 2026 looking for positive things. So a lot of us went back to school today after a long winter break, after all of the holidays, and sometimes it's really hard to get back into those routines and get that structure. I know my kiddos were a little hesitant to get ready to go to school this morning. It takes a little effort to get going and back on track. So we are going to have our positivity penguins coming in for a landing to help us look for positive things. Now these also double as a fun little book corner bookmark, but they're just a little origami penguin, pretty quick and simple to make, and then we're going to use them to help us look for the positive things in our day-to-day activities. So the first thing you're going to want to do, oh, and you'll also want a ruler as well, because you're going to measure on your ruler using centimeters and cut 15 centimeter square out of that black paper. So I'm going to angle you down here a little bit so you can see what we're doing. It is like a paper origami craft, so we're going to focus on how we fold that paper. So this is a 15 by 15 centimeter square. I just cut it out of the paper. And if you are using, of course, regular construction paper, it will come as a rectangle. You can fold it to the corner to make it into a square and cut off that extra piece because you do want it to be a perfect square to fold properly. And the first thing you're going to do is fold it right in half and make a triangle like so. So you've got your ends lined up there with your triangle. And the next thing you're going to do is take this bottom right corner. Now I know it is backwards and reverse for you, but when you go back and watch this, you can always pause it to review. You're going to take this corner on the right and fold it up. Give it a nice crease, a nice fold there using your finger or your nail, and then you're going to do the same on this other side. So it's going to fold up like so. Take your fingernail, make a nice little crease. So you have what kind of looks like a diamond there. It's a little bit cloudy today, so let's try to turn it so you can see. So you've got your two pieces folded up. Now you're going to unfold them like so, back to your big triangle. And you're going to take the top layer of your point here and fold that down and make a nice crease. You can use your fingernail so that you have a triangle pointing down. Now you're going to take that piece you've already folded. You see how it has a nice little indent. And you're going to tuck it in. So pick it back up and you're going to tuck it in behind, take the flap there, behind that new triangle that you've just made. And again, fold it nice and straight. And you're going to do the same on the other side. So you can kind of see there, if I get some better sunlight, you're going to take this piece, fold it in, tuck it under that little flap you just made with your new triangle. And the construction paper is a little bit thicker, of course, than like traditional origami paper. So you kind of have to push down a little bit. It's a little stiffer to get all those nice, neat corners. So now you can see you kind of have that top part of your penguin, and then there's the little pocket if you did want to use it as a bookmark, or you could use it as a little finger puppet for your positive penguin. Now for the middle part, for his little white belly, you'll need some white construction paper or regular white typing paper, and it helps if you lay your new square penguin body on top of that and kind of draw a little light outline so you know about where the middle of your penguin is, what size to make. And then we're just going to do 2 little curves to make the curves on his body. It does not have to be perfect. And then that's going to be the middle part of our penguin body. So I'm going to take my scissors, cut this part out, and you'll see that the point is going to line up perfectly when we put him all together. Now these would be a fun classroom activity. You could do this as a family, working together for your positivity penguins. So you'll see I've kind of got that little shape there with the 2 points, and that's going to slide right into my penguin. I might have to trim it a little bit so it fits nice and neat right into the middle of the penguin, like so. So you can kind of see he's got his little white body there. And then we are using googly eyes. Now if you don't have googly eyes, to look for the positive of your positivity penguin, you can use that same white paper and just cut circles out of your white paper, and then use a black marker or a Sharpie to draw on the eyeballs. We like using the googly eyes. It adds a little extra element of fun to have them wiggling around, and you can also use those like a little magnifying glass to look around and focus on the positive. So I've got those. I'm just going to put them right there with the fold in the middle of the penguin is kind of like the middle of his head there. So we can get the stickies off of these. I like the self-adhesive ones because then you don't have to worry about the glue. So there you go. He's coming together. Now we just need to get our glue out, and we also have to make his beak and his little feet like so. So we're going to make a triangle for his beak. And then you want to make it a little bit bigger so that you have enough to adhere to the underneath of your penguin there. So I'm just going to cut a piece like so and make a nice little triangle for his beak, and then kind of line it up. See if that's about the size I want. You could have more or less kind of hanging out underneath there. And then for his feet, so that they are symmetrical, I just like to fold the paper in half so that I'm going to have 2 feet of the same shape and size. And I just did 3 little points for his pointed little feet. You could draw this out ahead of time. You could have these pre-cut if you're working with younger kiddos too. Something like that. So you've got his little pointed feet, and then I'm going to cut these apart so that I have 2 of the same thing, like so. I'll put his feet under there. I might want to make these a little bit smaller, but you get the idea. Like that. Now we're going to take our glue stick, put it all together, and then I'm going to show you how we can use this as a positive reminder to help us look for the good things, especially in winter when it's kind of gray and cold, and maybe we don't get to play outside as long or as much as we want to and get some time in nature. It can be kind of hard and feel kind of frustrating to always look for the positivity that we have all around us. So now with his beak, I'm just putting glue on the top half. I'm going to tuck it right under there and push down. So he's going to look something like that. Uh-oh. And then his feet. I put a little glue here and here, and just tuck those right along the back of the penguin. So now, once that is all stuck together and dried, he's going to look something like this. So this is our positivity penguin. And as I mentioned, you can also use these as a fun little corner bookmark. So as you are doing your read alouds, or as your older kiddos are reading on their own, you can remind them, use their positivity penguin, as they're reading or as you're working as a class, can your positivity penguin find the good things or the positive things in the story that made the characters happy, brought joy, and then you can see it just slips over the corner like that. So you can keep your spot in the book. Stick it on the page so you can kind of see what it looks like over the page. He's peeking over. So use your positivity penguins to help you look for the good, happy moments in the book, or things that brought joy to the characters, or things that brought you joy as you are reading. So you could use that with your reading. And then of course also just around the house or around the classroom. So you're going to take your positivity penguins, you could stick it right on your finger like a puppet like that, and we're going to look for students or our children that are doing positive things, being good helpers. Your positivity penguin can come over and congratulate them on doing a nice job, being positive, and help us focus on the good as we enter the new year. So a quick and simple craft. We used smaller eyeballs on this one, so you can kind of see. I kind of like the bigger eyes. It can help you wiggle around and look for the good in our busy start to the new year. You could also do these in the spring. If you don't want to make them penguins, you could change the colors, make them into robins or make them into cardinals. Really any color of bird that you like. They are just a fun little finger puppet or bookmark that you can use to help you focus on the positive as we work together for 2026. Happy Positivity Penguin. Have a good rest of your week. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with more Mindful Play Monday Live activities. Now, my kiddos actually have a few Mondays off of school coming up in January for various things. So I will again be posting some pre-recorded content for some Mindful Play Monday tips and tricks and quick crafts that you can do to get you through those days when my kids are off of school and I'll be busy with them. So have a great rest of your week. Say hello to your positivity penguins and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.